Alright, welcome back to our channel. Today we are making a makeshift manhole cover for our septic tank here. Someone put in this flower bed before we bought the house, and it was my estimation that the septic tank was right underneath it, and it is the fact that it is. We just had it pumped out based on the drain line that runs from underneath the porch there and runs straight out here. That's how I knew it was under here. But we did have the guys come out when they pumped it to find the manholes itself, and you see they buried it pretty deep, so we have to keep it from filling back up. So we have to make something that's going to cover it but also can cap it off. I know you can probably buy something. This is an 18 by 18 hole, so you can probably buy something from the stores. I'm not sure how much that'll be, but we wanted something more something a little bit different, and then we can also use it as a decoration for setting stuff on as well. So we'll do one over there and one over here. We just have to dig out some more dirt off the side of it so we can set some blocks down and then build it up. And the only thing we're going to be using is the cinder blocks here, and we'll cap it off, the caps, and then place this on the very top. It's an 18 by 18, so hopefully that'll work out. It did have a lot of rain last night, so it's all muddy here, but we got to get it done because more rain's coming in, and it's already washing some of the dirt back down there, so we got to keep it covered up. Alrighty, we'll be back. Alright, we've got it dug out on both holes here, wide enough out to add our cinder blocks. We did find out for the hoist hooks though, where the hooks are to hoist the septic tank in and out, we had to put something here because you can't set a cinder block on top of it obviously without cutting the cinder block out. So instead of doing that, we have these regular bricks we're outlining it with high enough that it'll clear that, so we can set the cinder block on top of it, on top of these bricks here. So the brick is perimeter all the way around the outside, a few inches back from where the cover is, so that next time we come back and we have to service, or they have to service us again, the septic tank company, they can just open up our manhole and then just reach in and grab it and lift it out without having to dig all this back up. It's a lot of work. So alright, once we get it done, we'll show the final product. We finally had a good dry spell where this clay is dried up, so we're going to backfill in where the area is for our septic tank. We wanted to do this so that it'll give easier access the next time we need it serviced. So we just built the structure around each of the access holes for when they pump it out. You don't have to redig the whole thing back out and have to try to find it again, that is. And so instead of just reburying it and marking it with posts and then waste time having to redig it back up, 5 years later, that's normally the recommended service interval is 5 years. This one, I don't think the septic tank has been serviced at all since they built this place and we bought it. One thing that started happening is we started getting some gurgling coming up from the toilet, and you can hear it while you're running the water. So that's one of the major signs you want to watch for before you want to take care of it right away before it starts coming back into your house. So we were able to get that taken care of. They dug it out. There was a suspicion that it was right here, our septic tank, because no one knew where it was. The last owner didn't know. But based on the way the drain line comes out from under the porch, my suspicion was right here because it was mounded up here as well. And it turned out to be right, and they were able to find the two holes and then redig it out. It took them a while to do, so that's why we're doing this, to give them easier access the next time the company comes back to service it. So basically just a cinder block wall all the way around, and then the flat bricks here, 4 of those to make the diamond pattern, and then the 18-inch hole cover here. But just to give you a quick review here of the after finish, we did the inside. We showed you as we were stacking it, but we didn't show you the finished product, I don't think. So basically how we did this, you see the hatch hole there, and what the cap that they pull out to access for pumping and sumping the septic tank. It's right there. So it's about 18-inch access hole, which is the same size as this block here, this patio block. And we inset all this regular bricks here. These are just regular bricks all along the bottom edge here that goes around 2 layers of it. The main reason why we did that is because we had to put the brick, the hook, the main hook. This is the hook for the hatch, but there's also a main hook over here, and the same thing for the other hole that we couldn't set a cinder block on top of, so we had to put a brick, you know, next to the hook so that we have something to lift the cinder block off of it, to where we can have a level base for these area here where everything's level. So those two layer of bricks there help get the cinder block up high enough to be able to clear those hoist hooks. That's what they use for the, I guess, the crane when they set the septic tank down. The hoist hooks, they cleared that, and then we just put the cinder block all the way around. And as you can see, we went back away from the hatch about an inch and a half all the way around, inch to an inch and a half all the way around, to give enough access area so they can still lift it straight out. So now all we have to do, instead of having to dig this whole thing back out later when we have to service it again, is to remove these 4 bricks along with this patio block that sits on top of that, and then they can just lift it out, go in, service it, close it back up without having to re-dig and refine the holes again. So it'll make it a lot simpler next time. Hey, welcome back. This is a follow-up to our septic tank riser, DIY septic tank riser that we did. As you can see, it looks really nice. Doesn't even look like a riser is there. Just looks like part of the landscape decoration. So something simple you can do yourself at home, especially if yours is buried pretty deeply. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right here and take one of these off, the decorations off, so we can remove the cap. And this is basically about a 4-month follow-up. We finished this back in December of 2021, so we'll be back once I get the decorations off and open up the cap. Okay, welcome back. We are going to just remove the capstone to show you how we remove it if someone were to come in here and try to service our septic tank. The important thing with this DIY riser, the simple one, is that you don't have to get rid of your original cover, so it doesn't have to be sealed tight, watertight for this type of riser as you have with the industrial type. So this one is just really just to cover up, to keep the dirt from covering the septic tank back up, so that it doesn't have to be dug back out later. So this is a 4-month follow-up like we mentioned. So all you do is lift up this capstone, get it out the way, and as you can see in here, and then you can remove the other 4 when you service it. Or when someone comes out to service it, all they got to do is reach in there with their tool and lift that cap off of there. So this is not a replacement riser for that cap. This one keeps that cap in place still, so it doesn't flood. But the riser itself works really well. Like I said, 4 months later, and you don't have a lot of dirt or mud in there, and it's not overflowed. So I think this is a good result. Very pleased with it. And it looks really nice in your landscape decoration as well. So hope y'all enjoy it and find this useful. And as an addendum, just make sure you check your local regulations as well, your septic regulations, to make sure this is okay. In our state, it is. In our county, we read through it, and there's nothing in there that says you can't do it yourself. Something like this, as long as, like we mentioned, you keep the original cap in there to keep the water from overflowing it. All right. Sign out for Sunshine Country. Have a good day. Bye bye.